Hello, my name is Dr. Kim Allen, and today I'm trying something new. I'm trying this whole vlogging thing. I usually do writing. I've written books, I've written articles, I've written blogs, and I've even made lots of videos along the way, but I've never really just sat back and talked about things that are important to me in a vlog format. So today I'm trying something new, getting something out of my comfort zone, and hopefully something that will relate to families and parents and practitioners who serve families and parents. So today I thought it would be fun to talk about a book. A couple of reasons why I want to talk about a book. I am part of an organization called the Family Life Coaching Association. I'm also a family life coach. So the Family Life Coaching Association is starting our very first virtual book club next week. And the book that we have chosen was mine. It's not my book, I didn't write it, but it's the book I put out to all of our members, and it was the one that got the most votes. So I'm very excited. And the reason I'm excited is because I think there's some really great tidbits in this book, and I can't wait to talk with other practitioners about this book. So what book is it? The book is called The Yes Brain. This is a book by Daniel Siegel and Payne Bryson, and it's really about cultivating courage, curiosity, and resiliency in your child. And some of the main points in this book, for those of you who haven't read it but kind of want the cliff notes, it's really about this idea that behavior is a communication. Now, I've been saying, have even been writing that to change the behavior, we have to change the relationship with our partners, with our coworkers, with our children. If we want positive, happy, healthy relationships, then we have to sort of make sure that happens through our communication. So I love that this book really talks about behavior as a communication. When my 15-year-old is acting out and sort of making bad choices, she's not doing it to make me mad. She's doing it as a communication. Something's going on in her life that just isn't right. So as a parent, I need to look past the frustration that I'm feeling and really try to understand what the behavior behind, or what the feeling behind the behavior is all about. So if you want to learn more about the behavior behind a communication, then definitely this book will help. The book also teaches us to, for ourselves and for our children, help recognize the signs that our body gives when we're starting to feel that frustration. The signs our children's bodies gives, like they start to maybe get cranky or upset, something's going on, there's communications with their bodies. So if we can learn that in those communications, we can respond with love instead of sort of our typical reaction, which is to say no and punish and set some really strong boundaries. If we respond with love, then what that's doing really is building empathy, and it's building resilience in our children. I mean, think about it. When's the last time you came home? Maybe something bad happened at work or in the day, and you came home really crabby. How do you want people to treat you if you're having a bad day? Is it really going to be helpful if they're like, stop it, get to your room, I'm not taking this behavior from you? Or would it be more helpful if they like validate your feelings and say, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Tell me more about your day. If they show empathy and kindness, then that sort of helps us decompress, that helps us build resilience. So if these are things that you like, definitely check out the book. I think it also relates to one of my tweets from this week where I showed, okay, full disclosure, I love reality TV. And I know a lot of people judge me about that. So judge me, I don't care. I love watching how families interact. I did it for years as a marriage and family therapist. I still do it as a family life coach. But it's not the same in a communication where you're working on solving problems. I think it's very interesting to watch how families engage. Of course, it's purely sociological. No, I really enjoy it. I enjoy reality TV. And so I also get to notice how when there are interactions in these reality television shows that are momentous, I have something to say about that. So this week, on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I saw an interaction where Courtney, the oldest sister, has some behavioral issues with her children, and so she's kind of confiding in family and trying to figure out what to do when her 6-year-old daughter was acting out. What Dan Siegel would say is those red zones. She was sort of acting out in a physical way. Her body was showing that there was something going on, some stress. And so they were discussing at the table what to do about this, and someone at the table said, well, if she did that to me, I would spank her, I would whoop her. And the parents, in my opinion, responded very appropriately by saying, it's not okay to hit a child. That's not teaching, well, these are my words, not theirs, but it's not teaching the child what to do if we hit them. What we need to do is help meet the underlying needs. So kudos to Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian for really advocating for a safe environment for children to learn empathy and resilience and better behavior. And kudos to them for recognizing that their kid was needing some more support. That's really my whole thing. Sometimes easier said than done, though, right? I definitely am the mom of two daughters who challenge me and I sometimes forget. I remember one time my daughter was this is my 18-year-old when she was much younger, she was making me so mad that rather than sort of empathize with her and show her the love that she was craving by acting out when her behavior was being a communication, I started yelling at her. I started screaming at her, and then she was like, I am leaving. I don't want to be around you. Actually, pretty mature thing for her to do, but rather than sort of taking a breath and calming myself down and remembering these evidence-based practices that I teach students and parents all the time, I just followed her. And I was like, don't you leave the room when I'm talking to you. And the result was both of us were super heated. Neither of us were responding with empathy. Of course, she's a child. It's not her job. It's more my job. Although as a parent, I could be teaching her those skills. So definitely do as I say, not as I do. We're all humans. And so in those human moments where we do forget, it's okay to sort of take a breath and step back and say, you know what, I really messed up, but I'm going to be able to try again, or I'm going to be able to apologize to my child for messing up. So when that happens, I think it's a wonderful growing opportunity or just a venting opportunity, because there's probably 10 times where I did something really great that day, but the one moment I remember vividly was the day where I was following my kid around kind of yelling at her. So that's sort of that whole idea that behavior with children, behavior is a communication, and if we change the relationship, we can change the behavior. So I hope you found that a useful little tidbit. I hope if you decide to read the book, you might join us. I will post when the book club is meeting, and it is free and open to everybody to just come and talk about what they think about that book. And hopefully I'll get better at this. Maybe one day I'll even edit and not just talk all the time, but show something else. So thanks for watching. Bye.